In 1984, Michael Jordan signed a deal with Nike, a shoe deal with Nike, in fact. And in his first game, he wore the Nike Air Ships, which later became the Nike Air Jordan 1s. This may seem like a small deal, but it was actually a country-changing deal. This deal affected everyone whether they realized it or not. Survey results show that most of you rely on shoes to pick your outfits for the day. Survey results also show that most of you have owned 4 or more pairs of shoes. I also own multiple pairs of shoes, and I rely greatly on my shoes to decide my outfits for the week. Shoes are a large part of today's world for me in all aspects, including sports, work, and just hanging out with friends. Shoes are also a large part of American culture. I'm going to show you how shoes fit into American culture in multiple aspects. I'm going to explain how shoes affect music, sports, and fashion in the United States. We'll start with music. Although it may not seem like it, music is greatly affected by shoes. They represent ideas and themes in music. In music, singers and rappers use shoes to represent wealth, social status, or a symbol. In Jay-Z's song, he mentions Jordans. The song, as Carter states, "I say Sportin' played Jordans before Jordan." Jordans represent how Jay-Z is a trendsetter and how he's setting things up for people to start new fashion designs, new styles, other things like that. In Kanye West's song, Facts, he says, "Yeezy, Yeezy, Yeezy just jumped over Jumpman." Kanye mentions 2 shoes in the song, Jumpman being the Jordan, being Jordan's, and Yeezy's his signature shoe by Adidas. This is not only a rivalry between shoe companies, but also a rivalry between rappers, Kanye West and Drake, who is sponsored by Jumpman, or Jordan. In Morgan Wallen's song, "Sand in My Boots," the shoes represent his feelings in the song. The line states, and in the song, the lyrics state, "But all I brought back with me was some sand in my boots." The shoes represent loneliness and an old memory to the singer. Now that I've explained shoes and music, I'll show you what they mean to athletes and sports. Athletes wear different shoes depending on what sports they play. Fields, courts, tracks, and other recreational areas require different shoes. Athletes use these shoes to show personality, style, or to represent something. In the NBA, where most people believe shoe culture started, shoe game is not lacking. Star players get signature shoes. Jordans, Kobe's, Kyrie's, LeBron's, and Curry's are examples of these shoes. The list goes on and on. Not only are these shoes worn on the court, but they're also worn throughout people's lives and for everyday shoes, but specifically Jordans, and being a very popular shoe in today's culture. In the NFL, they have the My Cause, My Cleats program, where NFL players wear cleats that show meaning to them. In an interview sponsored by Windows, Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts explains why he wore his My Cause, My Cleats shoes. His cleats showed the Boys and Girls Club because they helped him through his childhood and get into the NFL. My Cause, My Cleats represents multiple causes through designs on the cleats like this. Autism awareness, racial injustice, cancers, and other foundations and other ideas are shown on cleats during these events. Meaningful cleats are also in the MLB. On Father's Day, Washington Nationals pitchers Steve Kishek and Tanner Rainey both wore New Balance cleats. However, these were not the regular baseball cleat New Balances. They were the American culturized dad shoes shown in the picture here. They turned them into baseball cleats after ordering them online. What athletes wear on their feet is the effects of shoe culture. But American fashion has also been affected by shoe culture. Shoes have been a fashion statement for a while. The original culture-changing shoes would be the go-go boots. Go-go boots have, in an article by Karen Harris, are described as culture-changing over the world. She writes, "Soon boots were walking the runways in Paris, New York, and London. This shows that not only did the shoes change fashion in the US, but also throughout the world. Author of Kicks, The Great American Story of Sneakers, Nicholas Smith said, referring to Jordans, "I was a kid when the commercials came out. Of course I wanted these shoes. I was convinced they would make me jump higher." This shows Nicholas, like many other children, saw Jordans the same way. They became an icon for basketball players and everyone, and have now worn consistently and a lot throughout the world today. Shoes can also change people's styles. New Balances, which used to be cringy and known as the dad shoe brand, are now fashionable. Crocs, also used to be cringy and not worn, have become a weekly wear for a lot of people. Shoes mean more than most people think. They have impacted the US in multiple ways, affecting song lyrics, sportswear, fashion, and people's styles. Shoes mean a lot to a lot of people, whether they realize it or not. They have a deeper meaning, and next time you pick out your shoes, remember they have a concealed purpose. Any questions? These are my sources.